pines in harbor rain, 13 distant colonies were bound by common pain. From Lexington to Concord, through the smoke and midnight ride, a whisper turned to thunder, and the people chose a side. The lanterns burned like beacons in the darkness of the night. Ordinary hearts awoke and stood to claim their rights. No crown above their conscience, no master left to fear. A promise crossed the continent, our time is finally here. Raise the flag against the storm, hold the line and carry on. Every voice, every hand, building something that could stand. It's the spark of '76, lighting up the sky. From the fields and city streets, hear the eagle cry. Through the fire, through the fight, through the longest night, a nation born in courage, reaching for the light. At Philadelphia's table, words were forged like tempered steel, a declaration written from the dreams they dared to feel. They signed their names beneath it, though the cost was understood. Their fortunes and their futures placed upon the common good. Across the frozen rivers, through the hunger and the snow, the hope of independence was the flame that would not go. Against a mighty empire stood a people newly free, believing that tomorrow could become reality. Raise the flag against the storm, hold the line and carry on. Every loss, every scar brought them closer to the stars. It's the spark of '76, lighting up the sky. From the fields and city streets, hear the eagle cry. Through the fire, through the fight, through the longest night, a nation born in courage, reaching for the light. From Valley Forge to Yorktown, the turning of the tide, the dream became a destiny, with history as its guide. And though the road was uncertain, and though the price was high, the flame they lit together would never truly die. It's the spark of '76, still burning bright today. Through 250 years, it never faded away. From the mountains to the sea, the story still survives. A nation darkness, one dream in the night, one nation rising toward the light. Toward the light, toward the light.
Candles trembled against the summer air. Voices rose like rivers through the weight of deep despair. They argued for tomorrow with ink and fragile trust, for a nation not yet born from the ashes and the dust. No king above the common hand, no throne to cast its shade. Only hope that something stronger from their struggle could be made. With every line they drafted, with every vow they wrote, they stitched a living future into every word and note. Can we stand as one? Can we find the way through the doubts and differences into a brighter day? We the people rising high underneath an open sky, bound together, heart and hand, building on this promised land. Through the struggle, through the flame, still we carry on the name. We the people, strong and free, shaping our own destiny. From the parchment to the practice, through the turning of the years, through expansion and division, through the hope and through the fears, every generation adding to the story line by line, redefining what it means when liberty is defined. From courthouse steps to distant farms, from cities loud and bright, the meaning of a common bond was tested in the light. And though the road was never straight, and though the voices clashed, the experiment continued through the questions that it asked. Can we bend but not break? Can we learn from what we make? Every voice deserves to rise under one enduring sky. We the people rising high underneath an open sky, bound together, heart in hand, building on this promised land. Through the struggle, through the flame, still we carry on the name. We the people, strong and free, shaping our own destiny. Not a perfect union, but a promise still alive, a constant work in motion through the changing of the tides. From every tongue and every shore the chorus grows again, a fragile dream made stronger by the voices of all men. We the people standing tall, learning how to rise through all. Every era, every scar, still we reach for what we are. Not a moment, not a stage, but a story we engage. We the people, here we stand, still shaping this great land. We the people, still becoming. We the people, still becoming. where the sky meets endless distance, and there's more than you can think. They packed their lives in silence, left the known behind to fade, with nothing but a compass and the promises they made. The wheels cut through the prairie like a rhythm in the dust. Every mile a question answered, every step a test of trust. And the land spoke in its stillness, in its mountains wild and wide, calling out to restless hearts that could never be denied. Oh, the road is never straight, but it leads us to our fate, through the fire and the flood, through the turning of the mud. On the frontier horizon, where the daylight never ends, we are chasing something distant, where the story never bends. From the valleys to the canyons, to the edges of the sky, we are reaching for tomorrow, with the past left far behind. Where the wild misery flows, Clark read every footprint where the unknown river goes. Through the winds of endless plains and the cold Pacific spray, they mapped a dream that stretched beyond the borders of the day. But every mile had a shadow, every promise had a cost, every trail of silver hope marked the things that would be lost. For the land was never empty, and the story was not new. It was written long before them, in 1,000 shades and hues. Oh, the road is never straight, but it leads us to our fate. Every choice becomes a line in the story of the time. On the frontier horizon, where the daylight never ends, we are chasing something distant, where the story never bends. From the valleys to the canyons, to the edges of the sky, we are reaching for tomorrow, with the past left far behind. Every river holds a memory, every mountain knows a name, every mile of open country still remembers what it came. And the dream of open freedom carried farther than it should, but the horizon keeps on moving like it always understood. On the frontier horizon, where the daylight meets the night, we are carved into the distance by the fire of the light. From the forest to the deserts, from the ocean to the sky, we are chasing what is calling, and we never ask just why. Keeps on
dreams once grew in silence, where the summer shadows lay. But the silence turned to cannon fire that stole the night from day. Brothers stood on opposite lines beneath the same cold sky, each believing in a truth they were willing to die by. The rivers ran like memory, red along the shore, and every step the army took was heavier than before. A nation split like timber under pressure from within, where the story of a future became uncertain where it had been. And the drums began to thunder, and the world began to break. Every choice became a burden, every heart began to ache. A house divided cannot stand, torn apart across the land. From the smoke and from the flame, nothing will ever be the same. In the echo of the fight, in the fading of the light, a house divided cries aloud through the silence of the crowd. From Bull Run to Gettysburg, the ground remembered all. Every victory and loss carved into Earth's deep call. Letters home in trembling hands, folded grief and fading ink, words that tried to bridge the gap before the nation sank. In the fields of broken promise, where the fallen lay in rows, the cost of human conflict more than anyone could know. And freedom wore a different face depending where you stood. A question carved in iron: what is evil, what is good? And the smoke became a scripture, and the battlefield a test of the strength of what we value, of the truth we can't suppress. A house divided cannot stand, torn apart across the land. From the smoke and from the flame, nothing will ever be the same. In the echo of the fight, in the fading of the light, a house divided cries aloud through the silence of the crowd. They burned like questions, and the earth became the cost for every dream of unity that might be gained or lost. When the final shot was silent and the smoke began to clear, what remained was only mourning, and a nation faced its mirror. A house divided cannot stand, but it rose again to understand. From the ashes, from the pain, something new would still remain. In the breaking, in the repair, in the fragile open air, a house divided fell apart, but still beat a single heart. Still a house, still a nation, still becoming, still aching. had left the silence heavy on the broken ground, where every name was carried like a bell's enduring sound. And freedom felt uncertain in the aftermath of pain, like sunlight through the ashes after endless weeks of rain. But in the fields of ruin, something gentle started rust, a whispered kind of promise in the places that were lost. From chains undone to voices rising, trembling but alive, a fragile hope was learning how to heal and how to survive. Can we rise from what we've broken? Can we mend what we became? In the ruins of the old world, do we dare to speak a name? A new birth of freedom, rising from the flame. In the echoes of the sorrow, we remember why we came. Let the voices lift the burden, let the spirit be reborn. A new birth of freedom, in the breaking of the dawn. The amendments were like rivers, cutting new paths through the stone, redefining who was heard and who would stand alone. But the distance was not vanished by the words upon the page, and the struggle of equality would stretch into a new age. From fields of sharecrop labor to the city's rising hope, the promise of tomorrow was a rhythm yet to come. But every step was forward, though the road was far from clear, and hope became a heartbeat that refused to disappear. Can we turn the page of sorrow? Can we build a better frame from the ashes of the conflict? Can we learn to speak the name? A new birth of freedom, rising from the flame. In the echoes of the sorrow, we remember why we came. Let the voices lift the burden, let the spirit be reborn. A new birth of freedom, oh,
screamed at dawn like a signal to begin, and the iron sang its chorus where the river rolled within. Brick by brick the skyline climbed, a forest made of stone, where millions came with suitcase dreams to call the land their own. From Ellis Island footsteps to the crowded tenement light, they carried every language into factories day and night. And the streets became a rhythm, boots and horses, steam and wheel, a brand new kind of heartbeat forged in smoke and steel. Hear the engines hum and moan, hear the old world turn to chrome. Every hand that dares to build shapes the future still. In the cities of steel, where the night never sleeps, we are chasing every promise that the modern world keeps. From the furnaces burning to the jazz in the air, we are building tomorrow from the weight that we bear. Mornings in the mills along the shore, every strike of hammer echoed through the dreams of something more. The skyscrapers like questions rising up into the sky, as the age of new invention learned to live and multiply. And the music in the alleyways was ragtime on the run, a syncopated future under factory smoke and sun. Every note a small rebellion, every rhythm breaking free from the old constraints of history into possibility. Hear the engines hum and moan, hear the old world turn to chrome. Every dream that dares to rise burns like fire in our eyes. In the cities of steel, where the night never sleeps, we are chasing every promise that the modern world keeps. From the furnaces burning to the jazz in the air, we are building tomorrow from the weight that we bear. Oh, and the skyline keeps on growing like a ladder made of light. Every floor a step towards something just beyond the edge of sight. But beneath the shining towers are the voices left behind in the echo of ambition and the turning of the grind. In the cities of steel, we are forged in the flame. Every light becomes a story, every story has a name. From the sweat to the skyline, from the sorrow to the sound, we are rising together. Though the world keeps spinning round, steel and steam, steel and steam, we are rising, we are dreaming.
My glass before the storm of foreign fire, and the echoes of old empires fed a rising global pyre. From the trenches of the frozen earth to skies of burning steel, a generation stepped into a war too vast to feel. They left the harbor singing with a mixture of fear and pride, carrying the weight of history they could not leave behind. And the ocean became a threshold, not a boundary anymore, as the tide of war pulled millions to an unforgiving shore. Hear the distant thunder call, feel the rising of the fall. Every heartbeat on the line, marking moments in the time. Across the oceans wide and cold, we are forged in stories told. Through the smoke and through the flame, we remember every name. From the trenches to the sky, from the reason we ask why, across the oceans we became something more than just a name. In the shadow of the factories, in the swing of big band sound, hope was playing in the darkness where the world was breaking down. And every broadcast carried truth and fear in equal measure, as the cost of human freedom weighed against a distant treasure. From Normandy to island shores where history was made, young hearts ran into the thunder where the final debts were paid. And the stars and stripes were carried through the smoke and through the rain, a promise that survival must be stronger than the pain. Hear the distant thunder call, feel the rising of the fall. Every soul upon the line, etched forever into time. Across the oceans wide and cold, we are forged in stories told. Through the smoke and through the flame, we remember every name. From the trenches to the sky, from the reason we ask why, across the oceans we became something more than just a name. And the silence after battle was a language of its own. Every loss became a monument in the hearts that carried home. Though the world was torn and shaken, something stronger still remained, a fragile kind of future, born of sacrifice and pain. Across the oceans wide and wide, we were changed by what we tried. Through the darkness, through the cost, through the things we nearly lost, every ending made us start, every scar a beating heart. Across the oceans we still stand. sunshine and a brand new kind of spark. Chrome fins on the highways like a rocket to the sun, and the future tasted sweeter than it ever had begun. Suburban streets were quiet, but the promise felt alive, with diners open all night and a reason to arrive. In the glow of neon memory and black and white TV, a story of tomorrow was unfolding steadily. Turn it up, don't let it fade. Hear the world that we have made. Every chord and every line says the future will be fine. It's the American dream, rolling down the avenue, in a heartbeat, in a scream, in everything we do. From the radio to the car lights gleam, we are chasing what we mean. It's the hope, it's the stream, it's the American dream. Factories turned into families, and wages turned to plans, as the country learned to live inside a world of shifting hands. With rockets rising skyward and the suburbs growing wide, every promise felt like something we could never need to hide. But beneath the shining surface, there were questions left unspoken. In the silence of the margins, where the dream was still unbroken, and the stories not yet written pressed against the glass of time, like a melody still waiting for its final perfect rhyme. Turn it up, don't let it fade. Hear the choices we have made. Every joy and every tear still becomes the atmosphere. It's the American dream, rolling down the avenue, in a heartbeat, in a scream, in everything we do. From the radio to the car lights gleam, we are chasing what we mean. It's the hope, it's the stream, it's the American dream. Oh, we built it out of daylight and we painted it in gold, but every dream is living with a story yet untold. And the voices in the distance ask what freedom really means, as the colors start to shift beneath the magazine machines. It's the American dream, still unfolding, still alive, in the laughter and the seams, where our hopes and fears collide. From the past into the stream of whatever lies between, we are more than what we seem. It's the American dream. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on, through the static, dream on, through the song. Dream on, dream on, dream on, dream on. We keep going on. We move on. On a bus line in the morning, on a courthouse burning sun, in the silence of the waiting, where the work has just begun, there were feet upon the pavement that refused to step away, and a steady kind of courage that would not be led astray. From church bells in the distance to the echo in the street, every voice began to gather like a rising heartbeat beat.
When the old walls tried to whisper that the time was not yet right, but the future was already in the struggle and the fight. We've been silent for too long. We've been pushed where we don't belong. Now the quiet turns to sound as the truth comes crashing down. Voices rising in the air, calling out for justice there. Every heart, every name, breaking through the chains of shame. We will not be turned away. We will stand until the day. Voices rising, strong and free. done. A silence older than the memory of any sun, and the flag that stood in stillness like a promise in the air was a symbol of a journey that could take us anywhere. But it wasn't just a landing, it was vision made alive, a turning of the human will to reach and to survive. From Cold War tension rising to a satellite-born song, we learned the sky was not the end, but where we could belong. Hold the line, don't let go, there is more than we can know. Every star becomes a guide on the other side of night. One giant leap into the sky, where the boundaries start to die. Through the orbit, through the flame, we will never be the same. From the earth to what's beyond, to the place where we belong. One giant leap we take tonight into endless silver light. And the world looked up in wonder at a footprint in the dust, as the dream of generations turned to science, turned to trust. Every telescope and vision, every mind that dared to see, found a future in the darkness of infinity and me. One giant leap beyond the years, beyond the doubts, beyond the fears, through the silence, through the void, where the old rules are destroyed. We are more than what we were, we are starlight made of earth. One giant leap forever changed what it means to know our name. Look up, we are not alone. Look up, we are going home. One giant leap. Wake up to a world that never really goes offline. Glass and fiber dreams are running through the tangled line. Every voice a signal drifting through the atmosphere. Every face a window to a place that feels so near. From city lights to small town screens, the borders start to fade. Every second of connection is a choice that we have made. Scrolling through the stories of a billion different lives in a network of reflections where the modern self survives. We are data, we are sound, we are everywhere around. Every pulse and every stream feeds the shape of what we dream. We are a connected nation in a constant conversation. Every heart, every name running through the digital flame. From the wires to the sky, we are one and multiply. We are closer than we seem, in the circuits of a dream. In the silence of the bedroom, in the chaos of the feed, there's a tension between presence and the things we think we need. Algorithms writing stories that we didn't choose to read, while the world keeps rearranging every truth and every speed. But there's beauty in the network, in the voices we combine, in the languages of strangers crossing borders through a line. And the future is a chorus made of fragments turned to sound, in a world that's always shifting, always spinning round and round. Signal, we are noise, we are millions of new voices. Every pixel, every call becomes the language of us all. We are a connected nation in a constant conversation. Every heart, every name running through the digital flame. From the wires to the sky, we are one and multiply. We are closer than we seem.
theater of the soul. We are here. We are near. Connected, connected, still becoming. Dot, dot.
From the crack of revolution to the glow of city lights, from the silence of the valleys to the satellites in flight, 200 years of footsteps on a road still being made. Every victory and failure in the debt that we have paid. We are born from contradiction, from the promise and the pain, from the rivers of division to the bridges we sustain. Every voice that came before us left a signal in the air. Every life a single heartbeat in the chorus we all share. Can you hear it in the distance, like a memory in sound? Every moment, every lifetime, spinning history around. 250 years of becoming, 250 years of song. Every ending is a beginning, every right and every wrong. We are gathered in the echo of the ones who came before. 250 years of stories and still so many more. From the fields of first arrival to the skylines of rising steel, from the marches for equality to the wheels of what is real, from the dreams of distant futures to the questions of today. We are always in transition, never only in one way. There are fractures in the mirror, there are answers still unknown, but the strength is in the searching and the seeds that we have sown. Every generation writing on the pages left behind, a nation never finished but determined
From rolling plains to ocean tide, where many voices stand side by side, a land of hope, a dream still wide. God save America. Through storm and trial, dark and light, we rise again.